My name is Heather Moore. I'm a sworn and immunized investigator with a Florida attorney, a former Florida State's attorney in the Orlando or Orange County Prosecutor's Office. He prosecuted domestic violence. He was a special prosecutor for Kamala Harris's brother-in-law, Tony West. He was a biased crimes advisor for Val Demings, a campaign manager for multiple Democrats. He claimed to be progressive. He had books by Cornel West and Angela B. Davis, and he was teaching me civil rights, swore me and immunized me, used me on cases, never paid me. He's a cokehead. He's Hunter Biden all over again. Charlie Wilson, Rudy Giuliani. Let me tell you, his domestic violence and whistleblower retaliation on his father's healthcare fraud has me in a deadly state of untreated cancer. And just so you know, I'm not targeting Republicans or Democrats. These local Vermont progressives are equally as guilty. There's plenty of blame to go around. And I would say most of the blame falls on Democrats who deliberately accelerated the cancer. And then these local Democrats and so-called progressives in Vermont who are leaving it untreated, not giving me, violating the Sixth Amendment, civil rights, and due process. It's criminal Brady violations. Not getting me sequestered, not getting me deposed, not getting an independent medical examination and getting me started on cancer treatment and whatever else I need, getting me hotel housing and official victims advocates, and thus denying the people in the other major parties, Democrats and Republicans, due process and notice. Because I went to CUSI. They refused to give me victims advocate, the special victims unit. BPD, South Burlington PD. That was under Weinberger. Now we have a new progressive mayor. She just tried to get slick with a place called Community Justice Center. And what they're doing is they're using the fact that I'm dying from the deliberately accelerated cancer, not treating it, so they have a capital murder case. I'm the whistleblower that got Buffalo City Hall raided by the feds, and apparently the Holculs were involved in that. She hired an independent investigation into Cuomo, his DNC chair, Buffalo Byron Brown, Pam Bondi, everybody who's refused oversight. Yesterday, I got him, or the day before, I got him dead to rights on capital homicide right here. So at this point, as far as I'm concerned, everybody's guilty. Right now, I'm giving everybody an opportunity to make it right. I met Chad in AA. The other lawyers in AA have been assisting me. They've got doctors they're friends with who make sure I get all the meds I need to stay alive. But I have to keep asking for victim services. Otherwise, I'm committing suicide. Well, basically what went down yesterday is proof that the mayor, the local sheriff, CUSI, and they're also called progressives, are hoping I die before I realize what they did, that they're actually more guilty than the Democrats and Republicans that they're investigating. By not getting me sequestered, they got 3 other people killed by Weinberger, a Democrat. Muriel Weinberger, and Cuomo, and Byron Brown, and plenty of civil rights organizations that are captured, that are basically controlled opposition. So I'm making this video because the Democrats got me Social Security. I applied for Social Security for stage 4 cancer. What's supposed to happen, according to Florida attorneys, is you get Social Security, You get Medicaid, you get your goddamn cancer treatment, and then if it's work comp or whatever that has to be investigated, domestic violence, whoever is responsible then has to pay restitution and pay Medicaid and Social Security back. Well, instead of doing that, they listed the cause as, oh, her diagnosis is schizophrenia. I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Oh, no, she's just and then they put the medical records are full of Jim Crow, Joe Biden, and Strom Thurmond, both Democrats. Jim Crow crime bill rhetoric. Oh, she's refusing care. I recorded all those cancer. I recorded every single encounter with police. Josh Hawley, I was his whistleblower. He threatened me. He's covering for Democrats. He's covering for Jay Nixon and Claire McCaskill and former Attorney General Chris Koster. It was Jay Nixon's Medicaid director who was on staff at Family Health Center of Boone County. My PCP there got recorded coming on to me in the exam room. All of his doctors got recorded threatening me, not telling me I had cancer. It's called unbundling and upcoding kickbacks frauds. And it goes on in Republican and Democrat. It don't matter. But in this particular situation, it was all Democrats in charge. And then they just tried to kill me too. So this is double domestic violence. It's my ex-boyfriend who swore me in and immunized me, and it's Beth Sweeney. And Dr. Joe Parks, whom they gave a bunch of federal appointments to. And now Chris Koster's the senior VP of Centene Corporation. Oh, United's just as guilty. They've committed, probably over $1 million in healthcare fraud, not treating the cancer. So these local Vermont progressives have let this cancer now accelerate, not treating it, not giving me my Sixth Amendment rights and whoever they're investigating their Sixth Amendment rights. Using me as a fucking political pawn, hoping that I'm part of their progressive clique or cult. AA doesn't align with any sect, denomination, religion, or political. We can't. Our evidence can't be subpoenaed by anybody, ever. We're a global organization. We're not just stateside. We can go public with the shit in Russia, China, Iran, wherever. Korea, Israel, Palestine. That shit's been spread worldwide. We made sure of it. And some of the people in AA are actual technical sound and specialists for Disney. They can absolutely prove that shit is real and unedited. The medical records are damning enough. There's now visible evidence that this cancer was deliberately accelerated. I'm autistic. I have savant. I was invited to join the Men's Association. So what needs to happen is there needs to be one or more independent investigations looking into exactly who's responsible for what, who could have prevented what when, and if I die, who's truly guilty of capital homicide. Once I went to New York and made a good faith request for victim services and work comp cancer care so I wouldn't be a victim, so their attempted capital homicide wouldn't go through, they said, fuck it, we want us a capital homicide case to further our political cause. And I'm guessing that's Bill and Kathy Hochul and whoever else. I don't know. Tish James, I don't know. Then, okay, you're not going to do it? Now, in Kathy Hochul's defense, that whole Cuomo had corrupted that whole goddamn state so bad, there was probably no safe way for her to get me. But I knew there are plenty of doctors in other states who are my doctors treating me on the sly that I could have named under seal had they gotten me proper victims advocates and done a proper investigation, they could have flown them in. They'd have handled all of the orders for imagery and given them an accurate diagnosis. So that really don't fly either. I told them that here too. No, we want you dead so we can use you as a fucking political pawn. So they're violating AA anonymity and ultimately HIPAA, because AA is a medical thing. I'm not an alcoholic. I found a unopened beer at a bus stop months ago. It sat in my tent for I don't know how long. The proof is in the pudding. I'm accusing them of refusing me victim services and work comp cancer care. And the evidence, I'm living in a fucking tent right down the street. No shower. I have to come here to get water and charge up my stuff. I don't have no official doctors of record treating me, giving me work comp cancer care. You're not going to see any. When you report crimes, they're supposed to, especially when there's sex crimes involved. I was forcibly raped by a doctor at Mizzou. And those Democrats covered all that up, had the police at Mizzou cover all that up. That chancellor was Andrew Cartwright. He's now the president of UCF, where Chad Cronin, the lawyer I work for, who started all this, told me if I left him, his powerful government friends would kill me. That included Tony West and Kamala Harris and Val and Jerry Demings. And then I found out the hard way, Byron Brown, Eric Adams, and Governor Cuomo. And apparently some Republicans too. Maybe Josh Hawley's just extorting him. I don't know. But he issued me and then told me never to contact his office again. This includes DEA drug diversion by doctors. When they're stealing, when they're doing any type of criminal crimes and robbing public benefits in my name, I'm mandated to report that. I have to cooperate with any investigation and report it. But what these cocksuckers in Vermont don't get to do is lie to me when I go ask them for, in good faith, for victim services who are going to do their fucking job and get me work comp cancer care. They don't get to lie and steer me to an organization that they suspect is corrupt. So they have, we referred her to whatever, and then they didn't do their job. That's not on us. No, because after I record those people not doing their job, gaslighting and lying to me and falsifying their records, I went right back to the sheriff's department and said they didn't do their job. So they never responded. So I went into the CUSI office. Some detective came out, got lippy, and based on the things she said, they're watching me in real time. So I don't need to prove my case. But still didn't provide victim services. Or sit down, get a doctor involved, set up a video recorder, and then notify counsel of the accused. And start going down the line. Get the doctor's counsel involved, the hospital's counsel, whoever, the insurance, whoever. Due process. Then the mayor just did the same thing. Twice. She referred me to Community Justice Center, and on the card it said victim services and services for people of violent crimes. Blew smoke up my ass. Finally got time to call them. 3 collapsed lungs in the meantime. Had a collapsed lung at the time. She should have got fucking CUSI up there right there, and they should have got me in a cruiser and got me to Dartmouth or somewhere for an independent medical event. Got me safe and under care first. Then go on with your investigation. No. They lied. They tried to rope-a-dope me and hoped that I'm just enamored with the celebrity of progressives and Bernie Sanders and Mayor Mulvaney Stanek and Becca Balint and AOC, and I just shut my mouth or die before I ever figured out what they did and that they acted in bad faith and were actually more guilty of capital homicide, because you do have 3 dead bodies. That don't include all the shit that happened because of them telling people to go get the jab and all their mandates behind COVID that got a lot of people killed, kids and adults alike. So when I say these people have countless murder victims on their hands, I mean that. AA don't give a fuck about no politics. We don't give a fuck about no political cause. We damn sure ain't going to be used as pawns in a political coup. These lawyers helping me are mostly Florida lawyers. They went over Rachel's Law and some other laws with me. I can't quote it chapter and verse. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a detective. I'm a cryptologist. My father was Navy Special Forces under Kennedy. He's a code breaker. He investigated the Klan and the people involved in Kennedy's assassination, which involves both major parties. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. But here's the thing. You Republicans know damn well that if I'm wearing a MAGA hat and a MAGA shirt and I go into a Bernie progressive or Democrat-run state or police department and I ask for domestic violence victim help from my abuser, they have to provide it.